Let's say you're a new mother. Would you be A, a hands-on parent and guide them towards every milestone? Or B, would you nonchalantly parent that child? Hello everyone, welcome to Profound Perspective, where we discuss everyday life issues that affect us and prefer different perspectives of possible solutions by looking at the bigger picture and working towards the greater good. My name is Hauwa Adamu Kiyawa. Let's get right into it. For today's guest, we have Dr. Hauwa Mustapha Babura, who is an advocate for education, social justice, and women empowerment. She's the Chief Executive Officer of Teach Africa Today, committed to education reform, and she possesses a doctorate in early childhood education and currently serving as the technical advisor to the Kiyawa State Governor on basic education. Her contributions has garnered multiple recognition and awards. And for this particular guest, I am highly excited to have her here. We lovingly call her Kaka Hauwa. Our beloved Kaka Hauwa, you're highly welcome to Profound Perspective.
Thank you.
So today's topic is going to be about the importance and role of a woman in shaping a child's life before, and she is the first contact of a child's life before going into conventional education, and how it will impact his educational and mental state in the future.
Yes.
So what do you think the importance of a woman is in a child's life from the onset or from early stages of life?
It's really very critical for women as mothers, of course, or caregivers, to play an important role in the beginning years of children, not just to throw them to the system or to the world. In education, teachers are not necessarily responsible for the formation of character of kids. Children are supposed to start school with set of skills. So how do they get those sets of skills? The sets of skill that they start life with prepare them for lifelong success. And so in theory, there are a lot of educational philosophers that have different theories. There's this theory about a philosophy that talks about this phrase called tabula rasa. This means the child is born with nothing, and everything they absorb in this world. But Islamically, we know that that's not true. Children are born with set of skills. Like when a child is first born, you don't have to teach them how to breathe. You don't have to teach them how to eat. Those are skills. Breathing is a skill. And we know that through breathing, you get calmness in the world. You get less stress. Right now, breathing techniques keeps a child calm. So those are skills that child comes to this world ready with. So in terms of social skills, children are supposed to learn get-go from their parents, sets of social skills. I wouldn't want anybody to teach my children about principles of life, how to go about. And the most important thing is social emotional learning. In social emotional learning, we look at problem-solving skills. These are skills that prepares children to be successful in school. If they have to go to school to learn problem-solving skills, that's too late. Teachers are giving students in a classroom, they have to foster their literacy, learning skills, other things. You will see that most of the kids that are there with skills ready to tackle the world, are more successful because teachers aren't going to be worried about them going to school. But I also want to add just quickly that it makes sense. Why? Is because God created human beings through pair of a human being, men and a woman. Men are not the ones carrying pregnancies. So women carry pregnancies. In that pregnancy already is the starting point of connectivity, of connections
between the mother
and the child. So from conception, the child start to lean on the mother. They get to smell the mother. They communicate. It's not just because a child has to be born to start communicating. Science shows us that communication starts from the womb between a mother and her baby. So that is a continuation when the child is born. they breathe, they smell the mother. And then we also know science tells us the breast milk, when a mother is breastfeeding her baby, there is some chemical reaction going on. There is some added benefit in the comfort. A child feels the most comfortable.
So more emotional connection.
Emotionally, yes. And that's where all this emotional well-being, starts from that.
Yes.
Because the baby will look at the mother, will smell the mother, will listen to the mother.
Yes.
So the 5 senses are our stepping stone. Milestones are what we develop in children.
So that's why, as you said, the connection between the child and the mother starts from the womb. You see others, they even start reading to the child.
Yes,
while they are in the womb. And I would want to say that there's this misconception that we usually have, that when you send your child to school, the school and the teachers are solely responsible for guiding your child through with whatever. So that's why most of the time you would see the parents leave everything to the school and the teachers. When they get any kind of misbehavior, they would say that they're in school, most of their hours are in school, so they're supposed to be taught in school. What do you think about that?
It's really a misconception, and I think as an educator, especially a professional in early childhood education, I want to call upon all parents to really break that barrier, to bridge that gap, where they need to take responsibility for their children's well-being, and they need to understand that, good, healthy lifestyle starts from home. Teachers are okay to help children, to teach them more than ABCD, more than 1, 2, 3, 4. They can also help them as character builders, because a teacher is all-encompassing adult in the lives of children. But they need the child to come to school ready with set of skills, and they're supposed to help them, take them from where they are to where they need to be. If you bring your child from zero, that gives the teacher too much work to do, and the teacher has a lot of kids. It's not just your child. So if you want your child to be successful, you want to give them a push. You want to give them a start.
So one thing that I always say is that in this day and age, our morals are short. The reason I'm saying that is we have made the unacceptable acceptable, in the sense that with our morals and the things that goes on, maybe lying, cheating, and other unacceptable behaviors, we have a selfish mentality whereby anything that we do is just to serve us and not the greater good. So with us having this problem in the society, do you think that it stems from the home, not teaching the child from the beginning and giving example as well with yourself to the child to see that, okay, you have to have morals, you have to abide by rules, you have to live a life that would serve others as well, for you to get back as well?
Yeah, so honestly, I can't tell you to sit here and blame parents for the behavior of their children, but I also think that they are responsible. They are responsible for whatever it is the child turns out to be, because they are the adults that were placed with this responsibility. Children are supposed to learn from the encompassing environment more than the home. It takes a village, means everyone is included in the upbringing of the children. So when the society has a dilemma and quandary, parents have to focus. They have to make sure they are redirecting behavior. They are warning their children. They can do their best, and a child will still go a different direction. A society together is responsible also for bringing up, a better environment, making a better environment for overall well-being of children. That's why we have a system where there is law and order, where government also have certain responsibility. Because for example, in the United States, this is where I have spent most of my life. So I have to give example from my own, my own experiences. The government has more, it's higher authority than a parent. Because sometimes even when you find parents that are abusive,
Yes.
The government has the right to take over the children's welfare.
Yes, true.
So whereas sometimes in Nigeria, for example, other African countries, you will see that parents have more authority over the government,
That's
you know,
true.
and to where a parent will think that this is my child and I have the right to treat them as so fit.
Nobody has
But
any
that's
say
but that's not it. Like, so as a society, we have to collaborate with everybody. Is a stakeholder. The neighbors have a role to play, because if your neighbor's child have a bad behavior, they can really, you know, influence yours. So because of that, you can't just say like, you know, oh, that's not my child. Even in the past, it takes a village plays important role in, you know, shaping the environment, shaping the society. And I remember, like I said again, Hillary Clinton, the former vice president's wife, she has written a book, It Takes a Village. Although this phrase is actually originating from Africa, but they borrowed it from us, and it manifested in the society. I really also want to add scientific theory and facts. You know, there was, when I was in school, there was a study we had to look at. It was a lab research where they put mice in a box, 2 different boxes. And this mice, they put the mother with them, and the other box, they took away the mother from it. And the box where the mice didn't have the mother, they ended up being depressed. They did do a procedure where they crack open the skull of the mice and found evidence of depression through their... I'm not a scientist, so I can't give you scientific, terminology, but just from layman terms, it's what they did. And then the other box where the mice were left with the mother, they actually survived. What the theory was to show you the healthy brain state and healthy attachment, healthy attachment that plays a role in this.
It's very important.
It's very important.
Shaping the mental health. The mind of a child as well.
And there's
animals, talk less of the human being.
Exactly. But actually there is another study from St. Louis University in Missouri where they found depression in babies. Yes.
So you would ask, what does a baby know to be depressed?
Exactly. So people are taken for granted, like children don't know nothing. But they remember, how do we learn? We learn from the environment we are growing out of. We learn from our parents, from the people in our family circle. If relationship between mother and father is like, you know, not good, it's toxic, children will sense it. They will see like their mother is unhappy. When a baby is breastfeeding, they will see the mother's face being, you know, it's tight. They sense all these things. So healthy emotional relationship between a child and a mother at conception, at the stages of infancy, is really very important. So if we just have babies and throw them to the workers at home, because we have like helpers at home, they are the ones who have to take care of the children.
Child,
we are really doing disservice and running away from our the focal point of what it is to be, what it means to be a mother.
So if I understand, the mother has to be in the right mental and emotional state to be able to take care of her child and make sure that child is good to go mentally, emotionally, with the education and everything, morally. And having a good connection in the house, which is maybe between the mother and the father as well, translates whether negatively or positively to the children as well. So we would have to take care of ourselves and the environment as well for it to translate positively to the children.
Exactly. There is another brain studies done by Becky Bailey. And Miss Becky Bailey is the mastermind behind something we call conscious discipline. And so conscious discipline looked at the brain model. where
Okay.
you have executive brain state, all the way, it's a 3 model, all the
Okay.
way down to like an emotional state.
Okay.
And there is a state where children under this state, they are just not like thriving, they are surviving. So from the executive state, you need the social emotional building the well-being of children. If they don't know how to solve problems,
Yes.
they are internalizing everything. It's really not enabling them to reach this function where you can solve a problem. Where you can see, like, you know, truth to the problem, what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, what drives the human nature is problem solving.
Yes.
Every day is like mathematics. You
True.
are solving
True.
problems, you
True.
know.
Yes.
How am I going to eat? Is this good for my health?
Yes.
When you tell me something, how am I perceiving what you said?
Yes.
What is my concept? Perception about the world entirely.
True.
If this is not nurtured from get-go, from beginning, so our children are not going to grow healthy with a healthy mindset. So we need the parents to be able to stay with their children and not to rush them into life without skills to be able to thrive. We need them not to survive. We need them to thrive.
So they have to leave that survival mode.
Right.
Because without leaving the survival mode, the only thing that they will be focused on is surviving.
Yes.
So there's nothing outside that survival
right.
mode. But when they leave that particular state, they would see other things, focus on other things, and thrive, as you said.
Communication skills, they are very important, because if you don't have a good communication skill, you're not able to comprehend life. You're not able to comprehend what's communicated in this world.
True.
Even friendship, the healthy friendship, you know, relationships, they all stem from a healthy communication. And if a child is worrying about what's being said to them as a danger all the times, they are missing on the important things in life, importance of really taking information for what it is, for the true value of it, not thinking that, oh, my mom doesn't like me, oh, I need this, oh, this is what it is, you know, missing out on the important factor of life that will set them for lifelong success.
So you said a child has to be set up for success.
Lifelong success.
Lifelong success. So to cap it off now, as we've come to the end of today's episode of Profound Perspective, our beloved Kaka Hauwa, what do you have to say to the people? Just leave us with a little nugget so that we can carry that on.
So honestly, you know, I have 4 children, and I have, you know, raised them through mistakes, through trial and error. And I want to be a living example. So I don't want my sisters out there to raise children by, you know, mistakes and trial and error. They need to focus on people who have been there and done that. And we are out on social media displaying our lives and showing them the mistakes. Make new mistakes. Don't repeat mistakes. This time in this modern day life, we cannot raise children on trial and error. I just want to call the attention of parents to be really, you know, an open door for their children. No matter what happens to a child, they need to feel secure to come to their parents, especially in this modern day time, you know. Children need to be able to remember their mothers or fathers when they are in danger. When something happens to a child, they need to know their go-to person. And as a mother, if your child doesn't feel comfortable to come to you, who should they go to? In times of happiness, I want my child to run to me. In times of danger, I need them to remember my mom taught me this dua. I need my face to be the first thing that comes to their mind when they are in time, or like when they are happy or when they are sad.
Their safe
space. Their safe space, yes, is very important, you know. So I just want to tell people out there to really open the doors of communication. Do not allow any culture to be a barrier between you and your children. It's not the time anymore to feel shy and to just tell your child, no, I'm not your mom, or this, that. You want to teach your daughter about menstrual cycle, about everything, relationships in life. You need to be that figure in her life where you are her go-to person, because relationship is really critical, and building those lifelong success communication skills needs to be a character that should be developed from the mother.
Thank you very much,
Thank
Kaka
you.
Hauwa. So guys, you've heard Kaka Hauwa. Make sure you're an open book to your children and a safe space, and go with the times so that you're not left behind. That is it for today's Profound Perspective. Make sure you subscribe and click the notification bell so that you get updates on anything that's going on. We'll see you on the next one.